Hi, I'm Bethany Wallace, and I want to talk to you today about emotional intelligence and soft skills. So, what do those two things have to do with one another? I think they have a lot to do with each other, and let me explain. So, emotional intelligence, according to Corporate Wellness magazine, is an individual's ability to recognize, understand, and manage emotions, your own emotions, but also the emotions of others. And so people often measure that, referring to something called the emotional intelligence quotient, or EQ. And that's sort of supposed to measure that ability to recognize, understand, manage your own emotions and the emotions of others. So, how do you get emotional intelligence? Well, you can practice core competencies of emotional intelligence, and those are broken down into two categories. One is personal competencies, and the other is social competencies. So the personal competencies are really um, like internal work that you need to do on improving your self-awareness, or regulating yourself, regulating your own emotions, especially during stressful situations or during conflict, finding self-motivations, intrinsic motivation. So all of those things are personal competency related when we're talking about emotional intelligence. The part that I think is really interesting and where soft skills come into play is under social competencies. So in this, when we look at that, we're talking about skills that help us to manage relationships effectively, because the workplace is all about building rapport, making connections, maintaining those relationships, reaching out to others, community liaison, all that stuff has to do with our interactions with other people. And then, even on top of that, the fact that we're constantly just having to work with other people and find a way to do that, even with people we don't really like or people who are nothing like us, that has to do with our social competencies. And so building intuition and empathy and social responsibility, those all relate to social competencies of emotional intelligence. But one avenue or approach to building greater social competencies is by building your soft skills. When you build communication skills and learn how to avoid miscommunication and build rapport with other people, when you start learning about preventing conflict and being mindful in the way that you interact with other people, when you learn how to collaborate well with others, the core essence of teamwork, when you start talking about working with a diverse group of people, how do you do that? How do you navigate that and be sensitive to other people, but also be who you are? All of those things that we cover in soft skills training really get at the heart of building social competencies of emotional intelligence. So if you are wanting to beef up your own emotional intelligence, one great thing you can do is focus on building your soft skills. If you need help with this, you can reach out to me at bethanywallaceko.com.